Hello, welcome back to my channel LK Naga. Moi aji kobala mon thaga itu ase bole to itu 60 years anniversary tate meeting te itu Dr SC Jamir tai bara kotha ko laga moi olop naga manuge dekhai di bole mon hoigena ahi ase moi itia tai ko laga olop moi naga manuge koi dibo naga manu state food pa Nagaland itu pa to hoile to itu political para pa laga ase tai na koise aru itu state food pa to hole to ekta ama bacha bukhi gine normal te na pai gine eta scissoring kuri gine pa laga ekta ase tai na koise itu la matlab to hole to ekdom du pai gine normal te pabo na pari gine ekdom du pai gine last day itu scissoring koriba lagi jaise itu laga hisab te kwa to hole naga manu bishi du pai gine India manu naga manu ke torture kuri gine bishi bat manu morai dishe ki hole bi sot biya kuri gine aha tai itu laga hisab te tai koya ase scissoring kuri gine paise tai naga manu ke koise aru tai ekta ko laga moi itu poila para moi koi gine ase isor to Nagaland ke blazing kuri di gine ase hole bi Nagalim ke blazing kore nai tai person dim itu to tai bi tit koi gine ase ide naga mano bujibo laga time ahi ase naki eta SC Jamir naga mano pitor de ekdom high qualified governor charter state alak state te kuri gina aha mano ekta ase tai bi inaga kwa laga mukan itu dikhibo pari itu political state ase kwa to kile mane naga mano to eta freedom fighter laga nation ase aru NNCF Jin takan itu fight kore animide itu naga mano state food itu pa laga ase tai itu laga hisab koi gina ase political state normal na hoy itu to political state ase eta tun du pai gina eta pa laga eta ase tai na koi na ase moi itia tai ki koi na ase moi tai laga speech itia dekhai dibo
the mother become very sick because of various circumstances. So delivery was not possible. Natural delivery was not possible. So it had to be taken out through cesarean. Because the question arose whether the people should be taken alive or let the baby and the mother should die. That was the situation faced by Naga people. And at that time, maybe good surgeon, they said, let us first try to take out the baby so that through cesarean, so that it can be alive. In other words, Nagaland was born not naturally but by cesarean. And we thought that only the people would be alive, but mother also. She was unconscious. So when delivery was taken through cesarean, the mother didn't know whether she has given birth to that baby or not. That is the reason why even today, some people are thinking that they have not given birth to the child. Whereas the people have grown up, now 60 years. And yet there are people who are still waiting the birth of the child. That is the difference which we supposed to know. Secondly, all the states in the country, these were reorganized to the recommendation of the state delimitation committee on linguistic basis. But Nagaland is the only state in the country for the first time after independence, it was created through political negotiation at Prime Minister level. Why? Because Government of India has recognized the uniqueness of Naga political history. Because at that time, people were talking about big states. But at that point of time, when negotiation took place, it has to be agreed upon. And it was, Nagaland is the only first state which was created through political agreement. Mind you. And that is called as separate status. And not only that, in order to protect our religious practices, social practices, even land, our modern land, 371A is there. I was reading some article said by said, it was in the on the advice of Varial Ben. No, we were in the drafting committee. We have taken it out from 9-point agreement between NSC and Sir Akbar Hydri in 1947. And we converted into constitutional provisions. It was not on the advice of anybody, but it was a drafting committee appointed by the Naga People's Convention. The 371A, land and its resources. This was included, and to our great surprise and happiness, the government of India has recognized these provisions, 371A. And this is the only provisions for Nagaland only. And that is the peculiar status of Nagaland today. Now, have a name, Nagaland, which is very dear to our heart. Because in our youth, during this political movement, the youth used to sing, God bless Nagaland. God bless Nagaland. Not Nagalim. God bless Nagaland. And this is designed, shaped, and keep imprint by Naga National Council. And this was formalized, Christian, on 1st December 1963. No other person than Dr. Radhakrishnan, the President of India. Since then, Nagaland has been officially, politically, constitutionally recognized as Nagaland. And Nagaland became very important political entity in the Indian Constitution. From that day, Nagaland has appeared at the map of the world. Nagaland has been recorded as a separate entity within the Indian Union in all the records of the world. But today, some people are even challenging the identity, the political entity of Nagaland. Honorable members, should we not be alert to this? Because in today's world, there are so many elements without understanding the sanctity of Nagaland. They want to challenge this one. What I'm telling you, Nagaland was purchased by the precious blood of the people of Nagaland. Remember, it was purchased through our blood. And therefore, we should not allow any people, any element to disturb, to tarnish the sanctity of our dear Nagaland. Now, I would like to tell you why Naga People's Convention was formed. Why? Today, many a time, especially younger generation, without knowing the situation at that point of time, talking so much about against 16 point, against Naga People's Convention. But there was a time in the 50s, because of armed conflict between the Indian security forces and the terrorists of the Naga underground. Then what happened? Houses were burned, garages were burned, remaining villages were grew and stockaded. Agriculture was denied. Movement was also denied. Men folks were daily engaged in labor force, and the rest were put in jail. Naga people at that time, no food, there was no cultivation. Epidemics, no one to look after. Meeting friends, suspicion. Underground people, now pressure from Indian security forces, and they're completely cut off from the people because of stockaded our villages. And when the villagers didn't have anything to eat, and when villagers could not go out of the village, naturally, our gather of the underground people, they were much more hit harder than the overground. At that point of time, Naga people suffer. They face troubles and difficulties. And our people live in that condition, unknown, unheard, unloved, uncared by outside world. And we're really standing on a shadowy borderland. Where to go? Whether left or right or front or back. And at that point of time, the Naga political movement was on the verge of collapse. And after shedding so much of blood and tears,